Hi everyone and welcome to this video. I have been very clearly guided to come on now and talk a bit about the feminine rising and she coming into her power, her fire awakening. Because that's something we are really seeing in the collective now and many are experiencing. And also a bit about this whole dance between the feminine and the masculine energy. That is so beautifully taking place, and how both energies are necessary, how both energies are enhancing each other's growth. And then before I go more into it, we all have masculine and feminine energy in our bodies. So it's not about gender, but when I will be talking now, I will talk about her rising as female incarnate for the most part, but it's talk about her feminine energy. I will also talk about her masculine energy and how this all goes together, and how also him as a masculine incarnate have been working with this and what I've been shown. So I hope it will be clear, but I just want to say that we all have both energies, and it's all happening no matter sort of which form it takes with a gender. But there are a lot of women who are now really experiencing their fire awakening in another way. I've had a lot of downloads the last couple of days on this topic, and I was told yesterday to do a video on it, and I said no way. Because there's a lot of energy, and it's my personal experience is very physical, and so if I look a bit tired, it's just because I am basically. And today it was made very clear that get on and do this video, and I said maybe we can do it tomorrow, trying to negotiate it a bit, because I really felt like taking care of my body. But what I made very clear, which is such a good point, was that this is a part of it, her finding her voice and finding the balance between the nurturing, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to take care of my body, I wanted to rest, I wanted to go out and do this thing another day. So the balance between the nurturing, the taking care of, that feminine aspect, right? And the fire voicing, coming out and sort of taking action with that, and letting the energy come up here and come out. There has to be a balance. And therefore what I told me was that this is exactly why we're telling you to do this video now. And it's like I can hear them giggling while I'm talking now. Because it's a part of it. It's a part of the integration of everything that is going on physically in our body at the moment. And it is a part of finding that whole balance in all what the feminine energy holds. So here I am, doing the video. I would love to hear from you in the comments, how you guys are feeling, if it resonates. I love reading your comments. Please share if it resonates, so more can receive these messages. So what I've been shown is that I think I made a couple of videos on it last year, probably quite exactly a year ago, I guess, August, September last year, I think, on hiding, that it was time to come out of the hiding, time to stop make ourselves small, to really start to to express who we are, to not only, quietly sort of live our lives, or the totality of our lives, but start actually going out there, and being who we are, expressing all of who we are, our whole authentic truth. And what I've been shown these days is that was sort of a starting point. Now remember that time is not linear, so people are experiencing these things at different times, and it's not like everyone was experiencing at that time. This is the vast majority of the collective in the way I've been shown it. Take what resonates and leave the rest, as always. But what I was shown at that time, that was sort of the initial point, in a way, of what we are seeing now in the feminine energy. So as she started to come out of hiding, and the masculine as well, because it's always a co-creation. It has to be this sort of like dance with both of them. I see it like energies just like swirling like this within a body and between different people as well. So what I was shown that was the sort of initial point, and then moving forward it was a period of clearing programs, going deep into that fear of stepping out, being seen, all of those wounds, the programs, all the beliefs, all of that, that we've been clearing for a period then. Then what I personally experienced back in February of this year was, and I was not seeking into it, this sort of just out of nowhere, seemingly, was things I was experiencing. I had memories from past lives coming, and what I was told yesterday evening was that there are a lot of people experiencing this now. So this is why I want to share a little bit of it. I had memories and very physical experiences of 3 past lives where I was a woman, where I was speaking about my connection to dimensions, all of these things, and where I was persecuted. It was rather tough because it was very real in the experience of it, and while I could understand parts of why I was shown these things, I couldn't fully understand why I had to experience it that physical, or that physically. What I now have been shown, so things comes with time, it comes in the right timing. You get the explanation, you get the bigger picture of it, which for me has taken years and years and years to get, because I'm typically the person who wants to really understand it and to be really sure of it and get every single detail and really get to the bottom of it. So for me, through this journey of channeling and all of this, it has been something I've been resisting a lot in previous years, and really have learned that things comes when it's the right and the divine timing. There's no point in fighting or pushing things when it's not a time. And when we allow and step back and let it happen, we can be just beyond amazed about the magic in how things unfold, and the timing of it. So that was a little digression. What I experienced with these past lives, I understood, was the thing about the fear of speaking, the fear of voicing the fear of what will happen if I do that, and a lot about coming in both to the solar plexus and the throat. Now, this summer, and I've been talking about this in previous videos. Her voice, she's rising, and she's really starting to use her voice. At the same time, what I was shown was that the masculine has been coming more into his vulnerability this summer. Which is, so she has been becoming more of this fire, more like, I'm just speaking my truth. Like there's nothing, like it's almost like all these beliefs and all this, everything that has been holding her back is just like, she's just bursting through it and just like, you don't hold me back. I'm just going to speak. I know why I'm here. It's like this massive force. That's how it feels in my own experience. And I know for many others, and the visions I've been getting, or the pictures of it they have been giving me really are like that. It's powerful, incredible, and very beautiful. Now, what I was shown this summer that I also talked about was that the masculine was at the same time coming more into his vulnerability, really stepping back, really feeling, really, so almost in an old terminology, she becoming stronger and he looks or feeling like he's becoming weaker. What has been happening is that she has become stronger in her own true feminine energy, which holds all that vulnerability, that nurturing. She has been coming all, the fire comes from her womb, which is a portal. Both the womb and the heart is a portal. And so the fire is like, it comes from the womb. It comes like there's this amazing groundedness in that fire. It's not the reaction or projection type of energy. It comes from it's a pure raw feminine energy. He has also been coming much more into his power, but his way into his power, because of the previous distortions of both energies that we have been living for years and years and years, and all the programs and beliefs in society and the whole 9 yards. He had to go through deeper layers, or come into, rest into, allow, being more in that feminine energy, right? With the allowance and the surrender into that vulnerability, in order for distortions to fall off, in order to actually feel everything he has not been able to feel, because he has had to fill up all these roles, which has been, and this is a part of what I was experiencing, one of these past lives that I was experiencing back in February. I did experience being in a tribe and being attacked by a large number of men that were persecuting, well, basically hunting down the whole tribe. As painful as that experience was, what I also learned and what I also saw was the deep, deep pain in the masculine for what he was doing, for what he had to do to fulfill his role that was not aligned with him at all. Then, what has been happening this summer, well, July and maybe first half of August, in what I've been seeing, is that he has had to come into his vulnerability step into or rest into that allowance and actually feel that pain. Because there has been a deep pain also in the masculine, and I think there's been so much talking about how the feminine has been held down in, you know, the patriarchal society and all of that. But there is a deep, deep pain there has been released a lot of that deep pain in the masculine for having to be in that role, because it's so distorted for the masculine as well. So as she has been rising and getting more of that fire, and she has been stepping more and more out, he has sort of looked like he has been taking a step back at times, being very vulnerable, having to sit with those emotions and feeling that sadness and coming into that and allow that to come through in order to release it, because it's only a release, right? For him to really step into his true power, because his true power and the strength, that awesome strength in the masculine energy, comes through the vulnerability as well. Because if you don't have contact with that vulnerability, you are just trying to fulfill or trying to sort of perpetuate a role or an idea of a role in a way. I hope this makes sense. So in how those have been working, and even though their processes from like looking from it from the outside can look very different, you can see how both of them are really in a beautiful sort of spiraling dance. While she is here, he is here, and then they're like moving, and it's working together really beautifully. Now, the last, let me see, maybe last week, couple of weeks, what I've been seeing is, as she has really found her voice and found like it's like a really deep fire just burning, and she can't be held back anymore. She's so much more deeply connected to her womb, and it's almost like it's activated. I had experiences back in, that was also probably around January, February, with a lot of visions that I at the time didn't understand, but that I now have been, over these last days, been understanding in a deeper sense, though I know that there's still layers to it that I don't understand. But it was this sort of sparkling energy in the womb area, which was really that activation. It's a higher frequency, it's the alignment, and everything we've been experiencing, right, is to come deeper and deeper into this alignment, to let the energy express in its natural form without programs holding back. That's, you know, why we're just releasing beliefs, letting go beliefs left and right non-stop now, because we're coming out of the program. And so much has been programs. And what I've been shown that has been going on for a lot of feminines over the last couple of weeks is that when she's finding her voice and she's speaking that truth and that fire, there are also a lot of programs that are, as this is unconscious, it's sort of just an autopilot, right? Because it's the way it's been shown how to do it, or these types of ways, because it has never been shown how to do it in an aligned way, because everyone's been in the same program. So as she has been coming more into her fire, into deep into her voice and really using it, there are old distorted masculine energies within her that now have been clearing. and that has been connected to how she's talking, how she's expressing. Because when that raw fire is coming out and she's speaking, that power is, the strength of that power is new to her. The depth of it is new to her. And so the way that power has been shown, or the way it has been experienced before, has mainly been through a distorted masculine energy. And so now she has really also been seeing and understanding the distorted masculine ways within herself, that she has been doing that. And I think, or what I've been shown is that as this is happening now, and this is sort of clearing out those programs, so she can do it even more from an aligned state, that's when he also will start rising more and come out more of this vulnerable period that he might have been in. Now this might not resonate for everyone. I'm just sharing how I've been shown that sort of dance with the masculine and feminine energy throughout this last year. And I'm happy if it can help people. And if it doesn't resonate, it's just fine, as always. Now, as she's coming into, because this is a bit interesting as well that I've been shown, as she's coming into and really deeply connected to these two portals in her body, the womb and the heart, she connects deeper to the earth. She connects deeper to the quantum reality, to dimensions. As she's expressing more of her truth, she's expressing her without holding back and without any sort of interference of her own distorted masculine energies within. There is also a sensuality and a sexual power that is awakening in her, or that will be coming through, because her whole fire is awakening. And this is very different than what it has been, because she's not coming into that. There's been so much playing, right, between like she being an object for the masculine, or she holding back, or there's tons of ways these energies have been ways these energies have been playing in, that has been very distorted. Now, sexual energy is the same as creative energy. So as we are in all areas of our lives, clearing programs and clearing programs and clearing programs and getting rid of our own beliefs and stopping to go into all distractions without, and bringing that energy back, coming back into the presence, coming back into our bodies, and really staying in that, we are getting more energy, because we are giving less of our creative energy away. We are coming more into our own power. We are getting more into our creatorship, or our creation. We have more energy to create with, which is also more of this sexual energy, because it's the same. And so as she is standing stronger in herself, and as the masculine is coming more into this vulnerable space and able to, when he has been moving through this, when he's done in more of that strength, that incredibly beautiful strength that he can stand in when he is connected to his own vulnerability. That is a whole different way of a connection. it is like I've been like shown how the energies is interacting, and how multidimensional it is, and it's absolutely beautiful. The visions they've been giving me in these downloads over the last days. And what they've been showing me is that this fire will be seen in her eyes as this fire is rising, because she's coming into her full power, and that is a part of it. And the more of this distortion that is being cleared, and the more of those programs, the more of this energy is coming back, and the more creation of the new we will see in the world as well, which really ties in as well with what I've been talking about again and again this summer about the distractions, which is really important going forward now as well. Being aware when we are distracted and getting our energy back, not going into all of these things that we are constantly invited to, because it's actually giving our power away when we're focusing on it, or when we're going too deep into it, because we're losing track of the present moment, we're losing track of our own energy, we're just unconsciously giving it away. And so that is a very easy way to control a human, because if you can distract a human and get them to focus their thoughts and their energy on something else, they have less energy and focus to move forward with and to put into their creations. And so having that awareness and really expressing, really coming into that and owning all of what this energy holds, and really let that fire, as her fire is rising, really let that fire burn away all the old, even though it's intense at times. Hope this is helpful. Please let me know in the comments. Hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here. Love yourself. Have compassion for those around you. I see you in the next video. Bye bye.